welcome back to another video review. I am the techgooch, and as always we're going to start with showcasing a new product, or a new product that, to me at least. This is another case for iPhone 6 Plus and 6S Plus out there. It is by Urban Armor Gear. This is the second case I've actually done from those guys. Actually third, I'm sorry. And this is the Rogue Folio. They actually have two Folio cases. The Rogue is the red guy, and they also have I think it's called the Scout, that's black. But a Folio case, obviously, with a cover that covers the screen. In this case, it is a wallet Folio, so there is storage space for up to 3 credit cards. You can jam more in there, but obviously it bulges out, and it'll actually rub against the screen a little bit. But in this case, what makes this so different is for those credit cards, there's actually a set-in for it. So when you put the cards in, and you know what, I'll grab a card. Good thing that I forgot my driver's license. When you put it in here, it actually is inside, so it actually sets back. You can kind of see where it sets back a little ways. So it actually doesn't push against the screen. Almost all other Folio cases that I've ever had actually have, you know, it's just a sleeve and you push it in, the sleeve bulges out more and more, and the more cards you add to it. In this case, it's actually built into the case where they actually have a set-in section specifically for those credit cards. So up to 3 cards without it doing anything. It's actually built very, very well. The impact resistance, you can see these honeycomb shapes built into the case that actually give a lot of good resistance and shock absorption. It actually is built to military standards, so it's military drop tested. And they did some really good things. Now, when I first got it, most of the cases that I have for my 6S Plus now is, you know, they're fairly thin. I don't really drop my phone too much, so I'm not usually too worried about it. But then again, you know, whenever you have a thinner case, it's not as easy to grab the phone and not as easy to handle. When I got this, I was like, wow, that's built for protection, no doubt about that. And I have a different Urban Armor Gear case as well for my phone, which I actually use very frequently. I really do like it, which is why I was so excited to get this. But after I've had it, I really like this case. I actually, when I went on vacation, I took this case on the phone. I went down to Disney World, and I had 2 other cases in my bag with me. Not even once did I switch. Actually, I'm sorry. I switched my phone into my waterproof, my LifeProof case. Didn't even walk out the hotel room door before I was like, no, screw this. I'm going back to this. Because even though I was going to the water park and I was like, maybe I'll take it by the poolside, I decided, nah, you know what, I have a GoPro for that anyway, so the water resistance didn't really matter to me. This is a lot more protection, but also is a lot handier. I do like the screen. The more I use Folio cases, the more I really am liking them. But other things about the case before I dive in a little bit deeper. A lot of the Folio cases I have, a couple of them are leather, which work great as long as you're not getting sweaty and getting wet or anything like that. This is, I think they call it frog skin, what Urban Armor Gear calls their frog skin, which is water resistant, so it doesn't absorb water from your pocket even if you're sweating. Now, I was down in Florida, nice hot sun, nice and humid, didn't sweat into this guy at all, which really made me appreciate it, and thankfully I didn't take my leather wallet case. I did actually keep credit cards in here almost the whole time I've been using this case. So I've been actually using it as a wallet/phone case, which is not normal for me. I've only done that with one other case where I liked it. The other ones I didn't like. So I'm going to show you, this is my 6S Plus. I even have my little antenna, reach antenna that really doesn't do anything, but I have it on there anyway to showcase that, even though the phone is a little bit thicker than most. And obviously being a 6S Plus, it is a little bit thicker yet. Fits perfectly. What you'll notice, and I'm going to get a little closer here, because of the fact that they built this out for the thickness of the credit cards, you can see the rim around the actual phone itself. That actually sits down in there, and this nice, soft, velvety feel to it actually rubs against the screen of the phone. It helps actually clean it off while you're walking or while it's moving. On this one, it doesn't just shut and, you know, stays loose. It actually does have a little magnetic strap, I guess, that goes around the back and actually has a kind of a weak magnet to hold it there. It does it very, 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 very well, so I can't complain about that specifically. It has good cutouts for the camera and flash. Nice button for the power button, as well as for the volume rocker, and access to the actual mute switch. The one thing that I really appreciate about this, and it's something small and maybe not everybody will appreciate, but when I do selfie photos or something like that, I don't use the front camera on my phone. I don't like doing it. I really don't, because the quality of the camera on the back is substantially better. So I always shoot with the main camera on my phone. Maybe it's habit, maybe it's just because the fact that I want good quality photos no matter what I take. So most Folio cases will have a hinge that covers everything. So when you go to take a selfie photo using the back camera, you can't push the buttons. You can't find them very easily. You're using the volume rocker to take the photo. In this case, I can set up, get the app open. I can actually shut it and have actual access to the actual thing, even with the phone closed. Most of them will cover this up, and will only have access to those buttons when it's opened like this, and then they'll cover them when you close it. So I found that really handy because I was using selfie photos down on vacation quite frequently, and having access to it, because the hinge on this one only takes up a small bit, was really, really helpful. This would be a case that I could see that I kind of wish that they would also make without the Folio. They have their other series, which is their non-Folio cases, which are not as thick as this guy, and don't have this nice frog skin texture. I really like this frog skin. It's really nice. It actually grips your hand really good, and feels comfortable. It's different. It's basically kind of a rubber. You have also the cutouts for the volume, or for the speaker, as well as for the headphone jack and microphone, and of course the lightning port there to charge it. So you can actually talk with the case even closed. So if you're worried about getting makeup on the screen of your phone, you can actually talk like this, because there is a cutout for the actual speaker itself for the headset, as well as it's just well designed. They have actually little feet here, so when you lay it down, it actually stays nice and secure laying down even. So if you were using it on the table, it's not going to bump like back and forth really heavily. Not a whole lot more, other than the fact that out of all the Folio cases, this ranks up there with my really expensive leather case. So Urban Armageddon, I give you 2 thumbs up on this one. The Rogue Folio, you can definitely check it out on their website, and I'm sure there's several websites you can purchase it from. So definitely check them out. Urban Armageddon's Rogue Folio. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Thanks a lot for subscribing. You can do that above. You can also like this video if you like it. Please do, because that just puts it out there so more people can find this awesome video, right? If you have any other questions at all, please post comments below. I apologize for my voice because of the throat cold I've had. I'm kind of getting over with it. So hopefully I'll be back to my normal self shortly. And maybe I'll be back in my actual studio once I actually finish up the big upgrades I'm doing. So that said, thanks for watching, people, and we'll catch you next time.